guys about this lovely sleeve. To get this sleeve, first thing to do is to draft your basic cap sleeve, okay, because you'll be using your cap sleeve to draft this lovely sleeve. So go with the measurement on the screen as you can see it, the sleeve length and the sleeve width. So this is how the sleeve looks like, okay, if opened. Okay, so you open it up. This is representing the back. I did not detach the back from the front because I wanted to achieve my back on this side. So on this part, I'm just going to cut off this for the front, okay. So what this means is this is the back and this is the front, so you can see. So having drafted this, next thing to do is to achieve the slit. All I need to do is open up the sleeve like this, okay, then you label the front and the back. So this is the back, and so I'll put B as the back and F for the front, okay, so that I'll be able to know the difference between the two sleeve. So next thing to do is I'm going to draw a line in the middle of the sleeve like this. So I'll draw a straight line. Just draw your straight line like so, okay. So I haven't drawn my straight line. Next thing I will do is I'm going to cut it into two. Just keep watching. Very easy sleeve. Okay, so I will cut it into two. Next thing I need to do is I'm going to get a fresh pattern paper. Don't forget I labeled it, so this is the front and this is the back, okay. So I need to get a fresh pattern paper like so. So I haven't gotten it. You know, this is the front, right? This is the front, and this represents the back, okay. So all I need to do is I need to draw my starting line here. So I haven't drawn it. So next thing I'll do is I need to draw a straight line. I need just about 13 inches long. So from this point, measure down to 14 inches, okay. We'll measure down to 15 inches. So this is it, 15 inches. So I'll just mark it. So in order not to waste my fabric, in order not to waste paper that much, so I'm going to do it on one side alone, okay. So that is it. So next thing, I'm going to draw a straight line down. In order to be sure that the lines are straight, so I need to get what I have here, okay. So from this point, I'll just measure straight line down. So what this means is this is what I need. Okay, so I'll just cut this part out so as not to waste I can keep this for another drafting. So this is what I'll be working with, okay, and I'm going to use one part of it. So just like I said, this is the front, okay. So I'm going to pin it. I'm going to pin it down. Okay, so this is the front. So just like I said, I'm using the back to work on the front, to cut the front. Okay, this back block, I'm going to place it exactly like this. Okay, I'm going to place it like this, and I'll pin it down the same way I pinned this down. So it has to be 4. I'll just pin it down like so. So I haven't done it that way. So next thing I'll do is I'm going to trace. Okay, so I'll trace this part like so, like so. Then from here, all I need to do, I'm going to connect it from this part. I'm going to connect it to touch the hem here. So let's see what I did. So I haven't done it that way. So I'm also going to trace this side. Okay, then this part I will trace it along, because I'm going to cut all that parts away. Okay, so next thing to do is now I need to, from this point I need to connect to this measure to 3 inches from here. From this point, measure 3 inches down here like so, then you mark it. So at this 3 inches point, next thing to do is like so. So from here, I'm going to connect from this center front here. I'm going to connect it to the 3 inches. I'm sure you'll be wondering what I'm doing. Just be a little bit patient. So I haven't done that. Next thing to do is this 3 inches. I'm going, I measured from here to here and I got 3 inches, and from the 3 inches, so now from this point, just get the midpoint here. So I'm going to measure what I have here. So I have exactly 6 inches. So the midpoint is 3 inches here too. Okay. So mark the midpoint. So this is the midpoint. Okay. So from this 3 inches, all you need to do is look at it. Let me put it straight like this. Okay. So from these 3 inches, all you need to do is to connect a line. From here, I'm going to connect it to meet with this part like so. So when you connect it like so, next thing, don't worry, to make sense, then next thing, when you connect it like so, next thing, from this point, bring it down to this point, like so. So now use the curved part of this ruler, or you can just use your marker to blend it. Okay, it shouldn't be sharp. You can see how I did it. It shouldn't be sharp. Just use it to blend it like so, like this. And voila, my sleeve is almost set. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so the first thing is slash the midpoint here. Gonna slash this, cut it, just cut. So from this point, just cut it. Just follow the way I'm doing it. So this is my sleeve. So you can see this is my sleeve. So all I need to do is, you know, this is for the back block, right? So just remove the pins. So this is what I have as my sleeve. So this is for the back. So I'm going to use this back to cut the front. Okay, I'll use the back to cut the front. So just remove this. So in order not to waste fabric, just get a bigger one and you just place it like so. Okay, it's exactly the size. So just get it like so and you use it to cut it. So I'm going to trace it out and cut exactly this. Okay, so let me do that. I don't want to cut another fabric for it. Just a little part of it came out here, but when I'm transferring to fabric, I'll add ½ inch to it. So I pinned it there, then I'll come here, pin this part down so that when I'm cutting it, it does not get to shift. Okay, so all I need to do is just to cut it. So you should be careful around this part. Okay, just go with a curve. Now you see this part I'm cutting, this is the back armhole. You know I'm using the back to cut the front, so I'm still going to adjust that part I just cut now. Okay, so Okay, so now this is the back, and here this is the front. So I need to, you know, the front and the back armhole are never the same. Okay, as a professional seamstress, you should know that the back and the front armhole are not the same, can never be the same. So because of that, you know, I drafted this like so. Okay, I drafted this like this, and this particular one like this. So can you see, I'm going to trim off this excess. Okay, this excess, I'm going to trim it off. So in order to achieve my front armhole, so I'll just place it like so. And I'll trim this part off. So I haven't trimmed it off, I'll remove it. So this is what I have. So this is the front. I'm going to label this as my front. Okay, this is my front, and this is the back. So this is the back. Okay, so can you see that it's already making sense? It's already making sense. Look at the sleeve, it's making sense. So I need to transfer to fabric. Okay, so I'll get the fabric and transfer it to the fabric. So this is the fabric I'm going to use. So all you need to do is just to place it on it. Okay, so you place it on it. Don't want to waste fabric, so I'll just carefully so now I want to quickly chip something in. At this point, you can decide what you want to do with the slit. Okay, if you want your slit to open up more, so all you need to do is just to give it a curve, a slight curve around here. Okay, if you want the sleeve to open up more, so all you need to do is just to give it a slight curve around there, like so. You understand? So what this means is you further cut this part off, the same thing you would do on that part. Okay, so that means this part, it will be open a little, but please don't forget, when you want to transfer to your fabric, all you need to make sure you leave allowance for joining, because you are going to cut one piece here, one piece here. You also cut for the lining, because you need lining to turn the sleeve, except if you just wish to turn it just to sew it in. Okay, so because you need lining, so you just draw a straight line here. So I'm going to use the negative part of this. Let me just turn this so I can use my tailor's chalk on it. Let me get my chalk. Okay, so from here, so you need to leave allowance here. You also need to leave allowance there. Okay, so place this like so. So when you draw your straight line, you can make it more longer. So when you draw your straight line like that, so you place it like so. Okay, but I'm not going to place it because this is fabric. I'm transferring to fabric and I need allowance to join it. Okay, allowance to join it. So what do? You measure half inch. You can leave half inch or 1 inch. Okay, so this is like 1 inch. Okay, so all you need to do is just to trace it. Please don't forget, you also need allowance here. Okay, so because I left 1 inch here, I can shift this in now, so this will be half inch allowance. Okay, so same thing here, you put your half inch here like so, your half inch, and it goes round like that. So this is for the back. So now for this part, the same thing I've done here, I'm going to do there. Okay, so for this part, I'm going to measure the same thing. I'll take half inch here, then on this part I'll also take half inch. Then trace it. Now don't forget there's a slope here, so just go with the slope. Add half inch like so. So this is my sleeve. Okay, this is my sleeve. So what I'll do is, you can decide to give it a curve just like I said from here. Okay, so that it opens up something like 1/4 inch. You know, you left 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch here. Okay, 1/4 inch here. So the slit, there will be the opening around there. So next thing is I need to cut it out. Okay, now, so this is the sleeve. Okay, so you know, this is the negative part, so this is the positive side. So can you see it's already making sense? Can you see it's already making sense? So next thing to do is, I'm going to cut lining for it. I'm going to use it to turn it. After using the lining to turn it, this is the negative side, use lining to turn it. Then next thing, you attach it to the sleeve. So that's all about this lovely sleeve with slits. Okay,
so that's all about the sleeve with slits tutorial. Okay, so if you enjoyed my video, kindly give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so as to get notified each time I upload new videos. Okay, so see